Quiet waiting room. The waiting room was cold, although the air conditioning was only set at 24 degrees. Not because of the air, but because of the silence that surrounds it. The wall clock shows 11 o'clock. Filming was supposed to have finished an hour ago, but the director decided to reshoot some scenes. Kai sat on the long sofa, wearing a black hoodie and jeans. His eyes closed for a moment, trying to steal some time off. In front of him, Tan Songyun entered with a slow step. Her hair was tied in half. Her face was still full of the makeup of the character she played. There was fatigue in his eyes, but his smile was thin, a polite smile he used to show to colleagues. "Is there another scene?" Kai asked while opening his eyes. "Yes. He said he needed to take a new angle," Songyun replied, sitting on the opposite seat. Silence reigned in the room. However, it is not the silence that makes it awkward. Instead, there was a strange sense of comfort, as if they both knew how tired the entertainment world was. Kai stared at him briefly. There was something about the way Songyun looked at the floor, like she was thinking about a lot of things but choosing to keep it to herself. He wanted to ask, but chose to remain silent. Their world is already pretty full of cameras, so quiet moments like this feel rare. Kai's phone vibrated. Message from the manager. "Tomorrow morning at 6, there is a brand photo shoot. Don't sleep too late." It snorted softly. Tan Songyun glanced over. "Work again." Kai nodded. "You. Tomorrow filming another drama. Early in the morning." They chuckled a little, laughed bitterly, and at that moment, a small realization appeared in Kai's heart. If only they had more time, maybe he would take Tan Songyun for coffee without having to think about the schedule. Secret message in the middle of the night. At 1 o'clock in the morning, Kai could not sleep yet. He opened his phone, his fingers typing a message. "Are you sleeping?" 5 minutes passed without reply. He barely put the phone down when the screen is on. "Not yet. Remove the makeup." "Why?" Kai smiled faintly. They start chatting about light things, about the erratic weather, about the food they miss, even about an old movie they've seen. There is a sense of comfort, like talking to someone who understands without the need for lengthy explanations. "If you had a day off without work, what would you do?" Kai asked. Songyun thought for a moment before replying. "Go to a place where no one knows us. Eat well, walk without a mask." "We can try," Kai replied. The conversation ended at 3 a.m., but the warmth lasted until they fell asleep. And for the first time in months, Kai felt that waiting for tomorrow wasn't just about work. Dating without a trace. That day, a small miracle happened. Kai's filming schedule backtracked, and Tan Songyun was released from the set early. He sent a quick message. "Where are you?" 2 hours later, they were sitting in a small cafe on the corner of town. The place is almost never visited by tourists, only locals know. Kai wore a baseball cap and mask, while Songyun chose an oversized hoodie. They ordered 2 cups of coffee and a slice of cheesecake to share. "It's funny too, we have to disguise ourselves just to drink coffee," Songyun said with a slow laugh. "Yes, but that's exactly what makes it special," Kai replied. They talked for a long time. About family, about dreams that have not yet had time to pursue, even about their fears. Kai just found out that Songyun had thought about quitting the entertainment world. "I'm just afraid of losing myself," he said softly. Kai looked at him, seriously. "If you get lost, I'll see you." That sentence made Songyun's heart beat a little faster. First rain of the season. That evening, they left the cafe. The sky was overcast, and soon it rained heavily. They ran over to the roof of a small shop. Their breaths were heaving, their laughter breaking amid the sound of the rain. Sean grabbed his jacket. Cold. Without thinking, Kai took off his hoodie and wore it to Songyun. "Wear this." Heavy rain makes the streets look like living paintings. People pass by, colorful umbrellas open. But under that narrow roof, time seemed to stop. Kai looked at Songyun for a long time. The first rain of the season. He said it could be a new beginning, he said. Songyun smiled faintly. Well then, I hope this is a good start. Phone that shook. That night, Kai received a sudden call from the producer. He was asked to leave out of town to shoot a commercial, right on the day they had planned to meet again. I have to leave tomorrow, Kai said in a regretful tone as he called Songyun. You don't have to apologize. I understand, he replied, though his tone sounded flat. After the phone ended, Songyun sat quietly in her room. He hated being disappointed, but even more hated blaming Kai for something he had no control over. However, the longing that began to grow was now like being forced to stop in the middle of the road. Brief escape. 2 weeks passed without a meeting. Kai finally sent a message. Come with me tomorrow, don't ask me where. The next day, they met in the basement parking lot of the apartment building. Kai drove his car out of town. The 2-hour journey was filled with slow music and casual chatter. They arrived at a small lake, away from the crowd. There, they sat by the water, feet touching the cold surface. I just want us to have one day without cameras, without schedules, without cell phones, Kai said. Songyun smiled, this time really sincere. This is more than enough. A look that cannot be hidden. Back in town, they still have to pretend as usual. However, on set, the cameras caught Kai's different gaze upon Songyun. Too soft a look for a mere colleague. Some of the crew began to whisper. Small gossip began to circulate, but they chose silence. No explanation, no clarification. Only brief glances they shared among the crowd, as if to say, we know what we feel. Between love and the stage. On a quiet night, they meet again. Sitting on a park bench, streetlights illuminated their faces. We don't know when we'll see each other again after this, Songyun said. But I promise, every spare moment I have, I want to spend with you, Kai replied firmly. They do not need the words courtship or official relationship to understand that there is something real between them. The world may be busy with the stage and the spotlight, but in between, they will always be looking out for each other. And under the light of the city lights, Kai clasped Songyun's hand tightly, a promise that didn't need to be announced to the world, but was enough for both of them.